I sure can. Okay, great. Sounds good. David, they're going to talk in just a second. Huh? They're going to talk to us in just a second.
They're breaking down.
Yep.
Your sneakers on, you good? Yeah.
Anticipate that it'll take them at least maybe around 40 minutes for them to make it to Liberty Plaza near the state capitol, where they will continue their program.
Yeah, and leading that march, of course, is Congressman John Lewis. He's at the forefront right there in front of all the media that's trying to, stay up with all of that and the crowd that's behind him. But we're going to take you to the ground to get a better perspective. And Jennifer Leslie, she's been with him all day long. And Jennifer, what can you tell us about what you see and hear?
Ron and Jennifer, the group is, the front of the march at least, is right now here in front of the Skyview Atlanta, right beside Centennial Olympic Park, coming up to MLK Jr. Drive, when they will make a left turn and head toward the Capitol, where we have Naima Abdullahi waiting at Liberty Plaza. That's where the march will end, and they'll have another rally there and some speakers. You mentioned John Lewis, Congressman John Lewis, the civil rights icon, right there at the front of this march. One of the student organizers pointing out earlier that he is the oldest speaker at the March for Our Lives Atlanta, but he was the youngest speaker at the March on Washington, so playing an important role in both of these events. What you can't see from where we're standing is how far back this line goes. There are thousands of people down here. We've been trying to get some crowd estimates from officials, and we have not been able to do that yet. Those crowd counts still coming in. Ron, earlier you talked about these peace marshals and referenced high school students. From our perspective, it's mostly adults. It's parents, it's grandparents who have volunteered to serve as peace marshals. They're in the orange vests, and they're trying to keep this march moving. We also saw a long line of Atlanta police officers on bicycles. They are getting ready just in case they're needed as part of this crowd control effort. And we also see sanitation trucks out, blocking some of the streets to keep this crowd moving, and that is the effort. This is a really organized event, and you can see there on the sign, Everytown for Gun Safety is the group that was formed by former New York Mayor Michael Bloomberg to work on these gun issues, and they have financed a lot of this. They brought in the speaker system this morning. They brought in Jumbotron so that more of the crowd could see the speakers and see what was happening. So these student organizers really leading the effort, but getting a lot of support from groups like Everytown for gun safety and others as well. So they mostly Democratic-leaning groups, and we did hear, while there is a lot of support behind these efforts, there is a political side to this, and you heard a lot today about vote them out, a reference even by the students to the midterm elections and some change that they want to see at that time. So that is certainly a big part of these events and something that cannot be ignored. I think it's important to be specific when we talk about some of the things they want. They are talking about mental health screening and training, and they are also talking about background checks. They want to see an expansion of the background checks to include gun shows and also internet sales. They want to see a ban on assault rifles, and they want to see a ban on high-capacity magazines. I'm now noticing that I'm starting to get out of breath as we march with these students. They certainly they're younger than me, and then you see so many people joining in of all ages, children, parents, grandparents, babies, families. This is an impressive showing for this student-led movement.